40 years, lily white blood, through the glory, through the heartbreak, through every single match, I've been there. Do you know what it means to love a club from across the world? To wake up at all hours, to live and breathe every kick of the ball? This is more than football. This is family. This is faith. This is THFC till we die. From Poch to De Zerbi, the journey never ends. In De Zerbi, we trust. Coys.
White and blue running through my veins. On the pitch where the glory remains. The cockerel stands brave on the crest. North London pride, this ain't no jest. From lane to the new shining ground. Echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time. We march on through grit and grime. Oh, Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh, Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. I'm Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
Yes, good evening and welcome back to the greatest podcast in the land. Yes, and England are into the World Cup quarterfinals. Stacey's getting the van ready for the road trip to America. Jess is doing the music and the food. And Josh, well, Josh is just sitting there and going to act like the Titanic. And as for Nick, well, he's staying at home because he wants to run to be the new Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. But welcome to the fans' perspective. That intro went down. That intro went down like a lead balloon. I need to do better. Dermo, improve yourself, man. You do. Well, I've got something else to add. Meanwhile, in club football, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Leeds have asked the Premier League to have Tottenham's credit card taken. Man United are saying it's fraud. And as for Newcastle and Aston Villa, they still don't know what the rules of football are. But anyway, we'll get into that. So that's a light dig from last night's stream where I told Jason Conde looked like an apple, had a head like an apple, and acted like an idiot. But joining me tonight is these four wonderful people. They are the top notch of YouTube. These people are the top notch of their job. Firstly, of course, the man next to me, he's an Arsenal fan, so we won't hold that against him. We won't. We really won't. We promise. It is Nick. Nick's feeling a bit under the weather, so I'm going to be kind to him today. Big up, Nick. How are you, bud?
Yeah, apart from being not too good health-wise, happy to be back on with you great people. So, yeah, let's have a good show and get into it.
Yes, and now this lady from Leeds holds her reputation goes before her. She is known for her singing, her computer expertise, and everything else. But she's also known, we didn't know this, to belly dancing.
Oh,
So
no.
if England win the World Cup, we should be in for a special show. It is the one and only Stacey. How are you tonight, Stacey?
I'm doing good. I'm going to kill you.
Please explain.
I've made a bet with Jess. If I think someone did a picture of me in a belly dancing outfit, AI. So I've turned around and said, if England win the World Cup, I will order a belly dancing outfit and sit on stream with it. And now they've all roped me into doing a little bit of a belly dance. We won't be belly dancing. It'll be more like the truffle shuffle. Regretting said bet, but I will stick to it. If it happens.
See, it will happen. England will win the World Cup.
Jess is prepared, by the way.
Jess is getting ready for the members only stream. And down below, of course, this lady needs no introduction. She is the queen of YouTube, apart from Stacey over in JSY. She is a massive Liverpool fan and a Leeds fan as well. But at Liverpool, she did have a saying, getting slap, let me get it out, slot the sack. Because what we didn't know, and we're going to break it tonight, Slot nicked her can machine, her drinks machine, and he wouldn't give it back. So Jez went to the owners. If he doesn't give me back my slot machine, he'd get in the sack. And of course, they listen to her. But she is a lovely lady. Like Stacey runs a brilliant channel over there, and something I'm very glad that we're linking up with next season with it. It is Jess. Jess, how are you this evening?
Good day, thank you. You all right?
Yeah, I really need to work on my intros better. I haven't prepared. This is all off the top of my head.
It's all right, I'll give you a bit of money later on. That was a nice intro that I'll pay you later. It's all good.
Slip some money under the chair.
And last but not least, this man needs no introduction. He doesn't, because every time you see him, he's sinking like the Titanic. I mean, he's not known as Josh. We should just call him the Hand of Josh, because he looked at Maradona and thought, I want to be like him. He supports a football club that's not becoming the football club, it's becoming a circus. Who knows? Maybe, what's the name of the famous clown?
Krusty?
I don't know. Krusty the Clown could become the new Man United owners. But anyway, he is the one and only Josh. This fella knows his shit. He knows his football. It is Josh. How are you this evening, bud?
Good, thank you. I don't know what else to say.
I'm sorry.
That's the worst of listening, John.
When he was starting to talk about the hand of Josh, I was worried about where this was going. I was like,
Josh has a habit of slipping down his chair.
Yeah.
So
I
see. Josh, are you here? And we just saw this popping up from
Is it like his chair is just like on a slow decline or something?
It literally was like slide mode activated. I can't remember what stream it was.
It was, oh no.
It was a stream where we were just having a laugh, and he just slid down the chair to the point where he disappeared off the screen completely. All we could see was his window. I'm like, Josh, are you there? And we just saw his hand pop out of nowhere.
it was the one I was thought that somebody thought I was a woman.
Yes.
I can't remember which one. I can't remember which game we were covering that. I can't remember which one.
I think the game sort of got lost in what was happening afterwards.
It was a Leeds game.
It was a Leeds game, yeah.
It was a Leeds
Didn't you win?
game.
Wasn't it your last home game of the season for Leeds? I tell you who was
What
on.
it was a Friday
Snake
night
Eyes.
game, actually. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it was Friday night. We were in Burnley when we played Burnley that Friday night.
Yeah, that was it.
Burnley.
Was it Mr. Snake Eyes? Is that his name? Snake Eyes or Striped
Oh,
Snake?
white snake eyes.
White Snake.
White snakes.
Snake
White
eyes.
snakes.
Hey, I've got snake eyes with her wallpaper.
Oh god. Yeah. Normally,
I'll cut it off now, Jess. You can't really see it. So that's the time you shut it off.
Almost killed me.
oh god, I could just go. Normally, I write these in. Normally, I do write these intros down, and I do spend the afternoon before this podcast.
No,
I
next
do
time
write
you
them
see the
down.
dressing was that, please.
It's going to be one of them streams. I can feel it.
We'll just
one of
cry. We'll just cry. We'll laugh on stream if he does
Oh,
that. You need to be on the screen though, Dermot, and say it to him because that's.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mr. Sorry, if you are watching, Mr. Whitesnakes, I do apologise. Yeah, I normally write these out, but today I just done them off the top of my head. So if they're a little bit not as usual, I do apologise. I will be back to normal next week. Let's welcome a few people who's come in, and we've got big up to Giant 68, the first one in. You do get a prize, Nick Giant, from being the first one in. You get a lovely photograph of Josh and Nick with a massive Irish flag above them. Big up to, I didn't put it in, but Nick did, so big up to Nick. Big up Joyce Deutman. Yes, I'm waiting for a massive update, so I will be doing a separate video to that. But big up to Nick saying to everyone, apparently I like coconuts.
Hey, whatever your thing is.
Was that you, Nick?
No, that wasn't me. That's him. He's getting a little kink out there. It's like whatever, man. I'm still looking for my my person Friday to come and cook the coconuts for me.
Don't forget the grass skirt, Bella.
Yeah, that's true. Big up. Yeah, I am hearing that too. But as I said, Giant, there's a massive update, and we will. I will do that as a separate video. Big up to Daniel. It says big up straight up. If we get Coupe, this club is doing bits. Yes, it is. I let Nick off because he's a decent Arsenal fan. He is a decent Arsenal fan.
Thank you.
He also says if England win the World Cup, change that dermo to when England win the World Cup on July. No, it's still going to be if. Sorry, Daniel. If. And when. And might. Big up to Branny.
On it, don't you, regarding England? You
Pardon?
should be all behind England, Dermo. Kate Verdi's gone home now.
And we your neighbours as well. Come on now.
I want to.
I will say one thing, Derm. We had this discussion last night. If we get Argentina in semi-final,
You're not coming on.
You're not
coming on.
You're not. No,
you have been put
we
by
just
the panel.
you come
and
on,
the chat.
come on.
You are
You're
not
not
coming on
coming
the
on.
screen. You've
No.
been voted off.
Am I allowed in the chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, but not on stream. Not on stream.
Am I
No
allowed
way.
on? Am I allowed on Saturday? Then is that okay? Am I allowed?
We have to
to
do Argentina.
If we
Oh, that's
beat
fair.
Norway and Argentina win, we get Argentina. You are banned from that stream. On screen. In chat, yeah. On screen, no.
I love it. I love it.
Sure.
I really love it.
Because you
Big up,
came on,
Branny.
and Argentina. Oh, had a quick turnaround, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Big up. Yeah, that is so true. Thank you so much, Dan. You're very kind. You're very kind, mate. Big up to Alison as well. Big up. Yeah, up the Irish. Big up, Alison. Absolutely. Yeah, just not Argentina. Yeah, that's who you're getting. Is Kid Creole on the stream, Giant? Yeah, Josh is very famous in Manchester in the basketball surroundings. He's getting very big. I mean, you do have your own. You're going to become the Fabrizio Romano of the basketball world, aren't you, Josh? Is that where we're heading with you?
No, exactly.
Are we what's your catchphrase going to be? Because you can't use "Here we go." So what are you going to use?
I'm a real catchphrase.
We'll have to think of one for him, Jess.
Yeah,
Right.
He uploads news on basketball for his team.
Yeah.
That's what he
Fabrizio
does.
He can
Like
get him
Manchester, he's your guy for basketball.
ball.
But
He
it's
is.
just mad, but other basketball and all he knows is ball, to be fair. And it is his loved first sport. Football does come
Yeah.
second. I will give him
Yes, yes.
that. He knows his stuff.
And,
If you've
And
watched
if you
streams
can-
after he's been to a basketball match,
yeah.
you'd understand.
That's what you do need to record, though, and upload. They'll get you loads of views. When you're raging like that, oh, shit.
Do you like pre-match thoughts?
Post
Do that.
match.
Post-match,
Be
sorry.
rage, Josh,
Oh, yeah, I'm thinking of doing it.
especially when
think
you're
about-
raging. It'd be good for your channel.
Hi, my 5 sons and daughters.
Is there 10 people on here all of a sudden?
Yeah.
I'm missing.
Well, I
I-
count for
I-
3 of them, Jess, so you know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. I can see about 20, so I don't know what that's saying about me. Trophies are coming back to this beloved club. Yes, they are. Big up to Alison. Big up to John. If England win the World Cup, with that, I agree with you, Dermo. I do not know what I said, but I agree. You said if. Oh, okay, I get you now. And big up to Alison. Yeah, if you can, Nick, Josh, put your link into the chat as well for your basketball so people know to follow you there. Do you want to start the World Cup, guys, and England? I think we should start in England. at the time of this recording of this podcast, England did get a disciplinary charge to one of their players from a 1 match to a 2 match. And also you got Norway on Saturday. So I'll start with Nick and I'll work my way around. Nick, what is your hope for Saturday, bud?
Nothing short of a win. Nothing short of a win. I think that's what we've got to go for. Strangely enough, I felt watching Norway and Brazil and us versus Mexico, we had the tougher assignment. Both Brazil and Norway looks very beatable. When it comes down to us playing Norway, that I've got confidence, but that doesn't mean to say I believe that we can beat Argentina and Norway, but that is not to say that they can't beat us. Does that make sense? I think we will have to be in both games. I think it's not about trying to shut anybody out. We just have to play to our strengths. And if it is a case of we're going to have to go a bit like Kevin Keegan's Newcastle and score more than the other team, so be it. I think we've got the tools to hurt anybody in this competition. If teams come at us, all the better. So no, I feel like we've got to be positive, and we've got to go out there and we've got to go for the win. Yeah,
no, I agree. I mean, Stace, you look at Mexico, England's best performance of the World Cup. I thought Pickford was man of the match for me. I thought Bellingham again, absolutely essential into your winning. But again, you got to send it off. You lost the player. We know what happened to the Americans as well, didn't we? About them getting their player back. That we are going to talk about that and FIFA, by the way, as well in a minute. But just on the England side of it, are you confident that you can go and get a win on Saturday and get into your, I think it's your second semi-final in three World Cups? That would be your second semi-final. Can you go all the way to the final now?
If we perform like we did against Mexico, God, yes. That is the best I've seen England perform in a long time.
Yeah.
I doubted we would win. Yeah. I seriously doubted we get past Mexico. But we turned up. If we play like that against Norway, we've got a chance. I'm not going to go and say, oh, yeah, we've got to win it. I want to go in level-headed. But Norway are a good team. We've got to make sure we keep Haaland under control. Because he's one of the issues we're going to face up against is Haaland. Because we know he can score. But I'm a little bit more confident than I was going into it. But I'd rather wait and not get overconfident just in case we don't. Because Norway's not...
I agree. I think you make some good points there. I mean, Jess, look, you look at Bellingham, he's suddenly turned up where he hasn't in previous tournaments. He hasn't had a great season as well for Real Madrid. I mean, the 2 goals he got Saturday and then the goal, I think, the performance in the last game in the World Cup so far. Are you pleased with Bellingham's performances? And do you think he can be the missing link to get England to that first World Cup final since '66?
The thing is with Bellingham, that for me, you write the season off when they play international football because even though they've had a poor season at the club, it doesn't always mean that they'll take that form into the World Cup because a World Cup is a special tournament to play in, Dermo. So if a player can't get psyched and gassed to play in that, then I'm worried, to be quite honest. Has he been good in this tournament? In my opinion, yes, because he's worked really hard defensively as well. He has helped out his trap back. I think he's only had maybe 2 yellow cards, but he's known to be rash. But I've noticed certain things, especially in that Mexico game where they targeted him. Normally, he would have bit. And I thought him and Kane link up nicely as well. I think they understand each other. And I think that's where you're looking at Kane, Bellingham, Rice, Anderson. It needs to be strong 4. And I thought Gordon had a good game as well, and worked back, hard work. Especially when we went out of 10 as well.
Yeah.
Jess, do you think this is... sorry, I was just going to ask Jess, do you think that the performance of Bellingham is because he is playing closer to where he was in positionally that first season in Madrid? Because he's got moved back this season. And I don't think that's such a good... Because there's a lot of ego at Madrid. I think they've moved him a little bit more into that first season slot. Do you think that's got anything to do with why we're getting the best out of him?
Yes, but I also think man management with Bellingham as well. Then I got a little bit of issue with Tuchel, but what I will say is he seems to really like flourish under him. And I've seen there's a lot of love there with them too. So I don't think that's got so much to do with it. But where he's played is his preferred position. Should Madrid utilise that? Yes. So in hindsight, you could say regarding Bellingham at club football, he actually played in his position. So going into World Cup, he's been played where he should be played, and we're reaping the rewards of that. So maybe Madrid need to look into that for this season, moving forward, and think just moving forward. I think he thrives for top three. I think Bellingham plays better like that. And I think him and Kane feed off each other really nicely. Look how they set them goals up. He knew he'd be there, and I think that's really good what we've got. But we do need to make sure he doesn't get a yellow card in this game.
Yeah. I mean, Josh, look, you're the sort of the tactics person. You know your tactics. There was a lot of talk about Spence. I thought he played well against Mexico. There was talk about Bellingham and Kane can't play together. I think that now has been debuffed. Now I think that's a load of nonsense. How would you set up against Norway tactically? You're facing Haaland. You got one of the biggest strikers in the world right now. How do you close them down? How do you stop them?
I would just say one of our centre backs. I don't know. It depends who we start, but just try and man mark it, try and shut them down, because that's their main target for goals. If you cancel him out, there's still other targets, but he's their main threat. So if you shut down him, then that's a big part of their attack gone.
Say that again, Josh. Who did you say?
It depends which centre backs we're starting, but I would say if we get one of them to man mark Haaland, then that's one of their main threats, especially attacking wise, gone out of the game. So it's more likely for us to. I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet, but more likely for us to keep a clean sheet.
See, I would go. What do you think about putting Declan on Odegaard to stop the supply to Haaland? Because there's not too often Haaland isn't. He's not like the only player that comes to mind is like Ian Wright right now. I need someone more relevant. Mbappe, take Mbappe. Mbappe can make his own goals, right? He can pick it up, run from deep, and Haaland is more for me. He will be at the end product, and he relies on that. And so I think if you cut I think we've got to work hard to cut the service to him. I think it's kind of like Odegaard, Nusa. The right back is going to be a big say in this game for us.
I feel as well this season he started to fair. Haaland start when he first joined City, he barely had any touches, and then was mainly just in the box, just a poacher. But I think he's added that to his game, but he's not excellent at it compared to like Mbappe stuff. So if we shut down him, but also shut down Odegaard, who's the one that's the main playmaker, facilitator for him and Nusa or whoever starts on the right, Soroff or something like that. If we shut down him and Haaland, then that's that main threat out the game gone, which will give us more chance, in my opinion, to beat him.
So if I was going to give you guys to pick the England team, and I'll start with you, Nick, I will give you the goalkeeper and the right backs. Jess, you get the centre backs and the number 6. Jess, you get the wingers and the two midfielders, and probably the two midfielders and the wingers. And then we all know we're going to get Harry Kane up front, Josh. But I'll get you sort of to pick the tactics. How will England will start off Saturday? So Nick, we know Pickford's going to get the goal. So who do you start at the full-backs then?
I would stick with, for continuity, O'Reilly at left back. Right back, we've got Kwanzaa out, right?
Yeah.
So I would. So I'm kind of torn between two. Either move Kwanzaa out into the right back position, and but I think if it's Spence, got to use his pace, right?
Yeah,
Overlap from
Saka.
Saka. best form of defence is attack. So yeah, maybe Spence, but we'll play Spence at right back.
Right, Stace, centre backs. Who are you playing there?
I'd stick with Konsa and Gahey. The team that you put out against Mexico, that would be the team for me. Obviously, like we've said, Konsa's got a too much ban, so I'd swap him out for Spence because that team was solid. I wouldn't change that team we put out, but just obviously compensate for Konsa with Spence.
Because, sorry, just to go back to, because where I was playing with my right back as Konsa on the right back, I know he could get stood up, but he's quite good with pace and reading the game and all the rest of it, and bringing in Dan Burn to kind of counter the size of Sorloth and Haaland. That was my only fault. So that was only because in that game against Croatia, I felt like they got the ball over our heads a couple of times. Do you remember in their first goal? And I didn't feel like Konsa got on it enough and it went over. So I was only thinking, do we bring in Dan Burn as the right centre-back and move Konsa out for height and power? That's where I was going. How do we want to play the defence? Do we want them to go at them and be a bit more attacking? Or do we want to shore up the defence a little bit and say, they're going to score, let's just do the best we can do?
Yeah. So what have you gone then for centre backs then, Jess? What's your centre back pairing?
Gahey and Konsa for me, do. Has to be.
Stace, what have you got? You going for the same, are you?
Yeah, I went for the same. Yeah.
Okay. So you got the midfield. You got the midfield tree, Jess. So who's your midfield three for Saturday, and how are you going to set them up?
Well, Rice and Anderson really speak for themselves, don't they? Neither of them dropped, to be honest. I'd stick Gordon in there. I like Gordon. I think he worked hard in last game. It worked better with Gordon and Saka than it did with Madueke and
Rashford.
It did work better.
Yes. What do you think of? Because this is, I've been talking about this with Saka, right? About Saka in other chats and about his fitness level. And sometimes I would prefer to use less of a player at 100% than trying to eke them out the whole 90 minutes. Do you put Gordon on the left and play Rashford on the right, which he's done before, and then bring Saka on later on in the game when their fullbacks are tired, maybe from the 60th minute onwards, and then whoever out of Rashford or Gordon has done the best stays on the pitch on the left hand side, or do you go Saka straight away?
Problem with that is you can't guarantee we'll be losing after 60 minutes.
That is true.
Saka comes more for me in the first 60 minutes and take him off for the last 20, 30, because that's what Arteta's done within the season. Even if he played in first half, he still started him. He very rarely came off the bench. So for me, he would start.
Okay.
And Rashford would come off the bench with the last 20 minutes to go because he is pacey, so he can still run at them defenders as well. So I think it works both ways. But for me, Saka would start.
I can't disagree with that, guys. I always say the same thing.
And what about Mainu? Why has he not got any minutes in this tournament? I rate him a lot.
Yes,
I rate him. I actually, in the Premier League, I rated him more than I do Anderson.
On the top, he can answer that one, can't he? Because he just doesn't seem to. Maybe he may utilise him in this game. It just depends. Knockout football's a bit different in it. So if we are losing last 10, 15 minutes, he may bring him on in that game.
Bring him on.
Especially with Rice playing, should we say, 80% fit. And Anderson's played every minute, so it makes sense, really. Like that.
And Rice has got a yellow card as well. He's only one book away.
So if you can utilise him after like 70 minutes and bring him on, it saves a card, wouldn't it?
I mean, look, big up to Kevin. He says, would Stones be better suited for this match? He'll know Haaland's game 100%. Josh, would Stones be better suited for this game?
To be fair, against Mexico, when we brought him on, last 20 minutes was good because we had to defend, but I don't feel comfortable from what we've seen already. I don't feel comfortable with Konsa starting because Stone starting me. He didn't start him and Gay. He weren't a good match. good partnership in the first 2 games, and I still think he's injured, especially like not fully fit, because last season he started like 8 games for City, so I don't think he's fully fit. So I would just stick with what worked against Norway, against Mexico, Gay Conta.
Because I think you can be fit physically, but you're sometimes not up to the speed of the game. Mm-hmm. And I think he's had such little football. Do you really want to throw him in against Ireland to try and get up to the speed of the game?
I think Gay Conta will do better against Ireland than Stones.
Yeah, I do you know what? I probably would have. Look, I think you will win the game. I think you will win it. It'll be a tight game. I think you will win it 2-1. And I think you can beat Argentina as well. And I'm not just saying that. I think looking at Argentina and look at how you played against Mexico the other night, I think you've got enough talent in that squad to get to a final. Now, if you're going to play against the French, then can you beat the French? That's a whole different talking point altogether, because I think the French are the best team of the World Cup so far. Mm-hmm. So can I get your score predictions, and then we'll move on to the FIFA debacle? And I know it's the subject we all want to talk about. So score prediction for Saturday, Nick. What are you going with?
3-1 England.
Ooh. Stace?
I've gone 2-1 England.
Jess?
3-2 England.
Josh?
I want the same, 3-2 England.
It's going to be a tight game.
I'm going England to win on penalties, 4-3 on penalties.
Don't post that talk, because
after a 2-2 draw. So look, it's a game England. If you shut Haaland down, you should win. Right, FIFA, the lovely governing body we all love, and the bald-headed git that looks like somebody you want to rub butter on his head and onto your bread, running it. Now, we all know FIFA's corrupt, and we all do know FIFA is corrupt.
Yeah, very.
But what got me was an American, well, not even an American president, a sitting head of state was able to ring up a FIFA president and basically tell him what his job was. To get an American player unsuspended, to play a game against Belgium, which he was hopeless in, by the way. He was terrible. And of course, you see, England are trying to appeal this thing and to get an extra match handed on again. I mean, look, I'll start with you, Josh, and I'll work my way back. No, actually, I'll start with Stacey, because she's the one that actually brought up. Her and Jess have been quite vocal, and I'll bring you in, and then you and Nick. Sorry. Stacey, when you look at FIFA and you look at what they did, and I've seen a lot of people talking about it on different radio stations and Sky, and as a football fan, forget England and forget everything else. As a genuine football fan, how did that make you feel seeing that? And then when he comes out and says, I don't even know what a red card's for, how did that make you feel? Because I was absolutely disgusted.
I was disgusted. I was disgusted. Yeah. How, like you said, he's a sitting president. He's the head of the USA. And he's getting involved in football when he don't even know what a red card. It's like, he shouldn't have got involved full freaking stop. He should have left it as it was, because it's caused so much chaos. That one little call has made a massive chaos. Because if USA had won, it would have spiraled massively. Because the press conference is for the other teams after the fact. Are you like Tuchel? He has Tuchel. Is he going to appeal the red card because of what's happened with the American player? We've appealed it, and we've got a 2-match ban. See, I didn't see the red card for the USA, so I can't say if it was worse or less of the Quansah one. I'm listening to my guns. I don't believe Quansah was a red card, yellow, but it is completely thrown it into chaos when it shouldn't have been like that at all.
Yeah,
so when the loss, it was karma for me.
I agree. I mean, Jess, you did the Egypt game the other day. You had the Egypt manager coming out after the game saying the game is corrupt. I'm not going to watch anymore. You got Egypt officials already putting in a complaint about the referee. Now, to be fair, on the referee's part, he was cleared of any investigation into match fixing, and he did come out of it clear. So that has to be said. He was found not guilty. But when you're hearing that, and against Argentina as well, Jess, you're hearing Egypt coming out, what they're coming out with. You see, hearing that it's fixed for Argentina to go and win the World Cup. You've got presidents ringing up FIFA to demand what they want. You had apparently, I don't know how true this is, but there's a rumor going around that Keir Starmer stopped the game being moved to an earlier time in Mexico. I mean, Jess, we all love football. We all love the World Cup. For me, it's taking the shine off this World Cup for me. How do you feel what's going on? You would be discussing desire, as we all are, but how angry are you that this is allowed to happen? And it's not just one incident, is it? There's 3 or 4 or 5 different incidents we can still point to.
The thing is, when do you have politicians getting the nose in football, to be fair? There's a fine grind of politics don't belong in football. You don't see our Prime Minister or anywhere else sticking the nose in. Did it benefit America? No. Is it right? Absolutely not. He should have been suspended for that game. You know what I'm saying? It's not because you set that precedent. You set that precedent for every other team in the World Cup or in the league games to set that precedent. So for me, politics doesn't belong in football. Has there been a lot of iffy decisions over there? Yes. I thought Egypt were actually done by, because before that I actually thought it were a penalty on Salah. I think the Egypt manager's got every right to be annoyed, in my opinion, and I think it stinks, to be fair. I can't lie, that side of it's been Wales World Cup. The football side's been good, but not the politics side of it all.
And the refereeing's been poor.
It has.
I like how they investigated the referee and they found nothing wrong. So basically, we investigated ourselves and we've come to the conclusion we've got nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Seriously, did they actually watch that game? The decisions were absolutely shocking.
I mean, you go back to the Paraguay game as well.
Paraguay game, yeah, I'm going to say, that was bad.
You
can't give yellow card to France and not give any to Paraguay. Did you see that guy when he kicked it? It was David Beckham-esque. He didn't even get a card there. No. What we doing here? That game was the worst game I've watched for refereeing at this World Cup. That was so bad.
That made my blood boil. That game did. I came off from that game fuming.
You had them then, Nick, putting their foot in the penalty spot. Paraguay. Do you remember they're trying to do it behind the French players?
Did you even get punished for that?
No. But I know players sent off for doing that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Scuffing penalties.
They were brutal to France. They were brutal to France. You could see it, and they got. Yeah. See, the thing is, right? Is the rule in? Right, I just want to clarify that. Is the rule implied at this World Cup that only the captain can go up to the referee when it comes to discussions?
Well, that was supposed to be the.
I thought that was what it was.
Yeah. So how did Paraguay at every decision that was going to?
There's so many been doing that though.
They were surrounding that referee, and not once did he get a yellow, and not once did he bring a card out for any of them players. But I think he did for France, if I'm not mistaken. They're telling me there's no corruption at all. That is a prime example of how one-sided refereeing has become in this World Cup.
Nick, you look at the Premier League and you look at the World Cup, right? Has it become more sort of? Has it come out more corruption in football than it normally does in a normal season? Have you seen it? Has it become a bit more relevant in the World Cup that we can see it a bit more now than we normally do? Because I want to put this to you, right? You've got 2 teams going for the title, right? And we've seen it over the years. Teams have played weakened teams against other teams. Say if Man United going for the title. I go back to Newcastle back in the day, Kevin Keegan's rant, saying Leeds didn't try hard against Newcastle, which I think is unfair comment to make, by the way. And it's all my games for Alex Ferguson. You got Newcastle and other clubs doing the same, resting players. I mean, we know corruption's always been in football, but is it now starting to get out of control? and it's coming out more, and we're seeing it more now.
I think the problem historically with refereeing in this country is that we become too tribalistic, and we only shout about what's wrong with happens to our own club. And what we need to do going forward is taking off or carrying on how we are in this World Cup, when we're calling it out, seeing it against other nations. So the Egyptian goal, where that got disallowed because of the foul down in the corner area, well, challenges had happened like that all over the pitch without being blown up. And VAR decided to get involved on a clear and obvious error to rule that goal out, yet they didn't advise the referee to go and have a look when that Argentinian player put his hand into the Egyptian player's face. In this country, my gosh, I remember narratives of Arsenal are soft and players were going in on our players in a certain way, and we had 6 broken legs in 8 seasons. There's nobody else that can. That's how weird. If you talk about that in today's football, 8. I think it may have even been less than that. But we had 6 broken legs because of the challenges where they're soft. Put the boot in and all the rest of it. And then you have a look at whoever's been challenging City. We've got a ref that gets paid 20 grand to go out and referee a match out in Dubai or wherever it is. And then he comes back to this country refereeing our games, and he hardly gives City a card. And it's if Liverpool are the challenger, then they get very questionable decisions. If it's Arsenal who are the challenger, they get very questionable decisions. We're not a bastion of virtue here. We're not. We can all turn around and say about injustices in our game or just downright weird decisions. And then this World Cup, I'm looking at Argentina flying into challenges, and they fly into challenges. I'd be amazed if they don't injure a player. And they don't pick up the yellows like every other team does. And is there a desire from FIFA to have the face of the MLS, which is Messi, get to the World Cup final again with France? I wouldn't put it past them. And I just don't trust them anymore. I think that's what we've got in our society today. There's no trust because there's no transparency. There's no accountability in any major body. And we all know what FIFA's like. The biggest brown envelope gets its way. And so I'm just kind of very despondent with it all. It leaves a sour taste. But even England, let's keep it real. The Ghanaians should have had Pickford sent off for that challenge, and they should have got a penalty right at the end of the game. So it's even gone in our favour as well. And I just think that there has been the refereeing has been so imbalanced in games there, and it's just from game to game to game. You just don't know what you're going to get. You don't know. I mean, there used to be hand to ball to hand. Everything's handball now, and you're like, what the hell? And I think there's just going to be some dodgy decisions that are going to settle some key matches. And I would just rather see quality moments settle matches than dodgy refereeing decisions.
No, I agree. I totally agree. We will get on with that. I'll get down to you in a minute, Josh. I just put something in the private chat. Stacey's got some breaking news, which we're going to go to her first to break. This is to do what we're talking about. So, Stace, you have found something online. So, do you want to break what you found?
So this is from Fabrizio. Different European lawmakers are gathering support to launch an investigation in the European Parliament against Gianni Infantino over his involvement in Bellingham red card case. So whoever said that FIFA have got no say
yeah.
in regards to red
They
card,
know.
there we go.
They
Lawmakers is getting investigated.
Yeah. So Josh, if that's the case, and I've got, I'm going to have my thoughts in a minute, but I want to continue this conversation if we can. Josh, does FIFA need to be ripped down again ripped down to the foundations, broke up and built again as a new organisation? Or is that gone now? That can never be done?
I think it, for me, it needs to get ripped down and get rid of the corruptness and start again. Start a fresh new start. Because if we carry on, it's good, then we're just going to have stuff like this going on for the next several years.
So, I mean, guys, look, I'll start with you, Jess. I mean, Jess, look, you know there's a lot of money in football. We know FIFA are corrupt. We know, what was his name? Blatter got done for corruption. Michel Platini got done for corruption. I'm not sure, did he get found not guilty? Again, I can't remember if he got found not guilty. We know Sepp Blatter did. How can you strip down FIFA and start again? How would you go about doing it? Because it's not the easiest job in the world to do it, is it?
It ain't. But if you want an impartial panel, you take it from the ground up, which is all the lot of them go, and start again from scratch. Because if you don't, Dermot, there'll be still one in there that will do it. It's like a copper, innit? There's always one dodgy copper to every so many. Same as that. You'll never stop it until you go from top to bottom and they all go. You can't be having that, Dermot. You can't be having presidents ringing him up and he starts getting involved in people's games with red cards and stuff. But on the other foot, I know they went out, but what if they would have gone through? And what if it had been Balogun that had got the winner? Belgium would have felt hard done by, just like we would have done if that were against us. So to be fair, they all need to go. Because you can't be doing that. It doesn't happen. Look, I'm not saying we're all kosher in this country. I'm not saying it don't go on. You do find it's more of the South American countries, America and Italy. And in China, actually went for a spell of like betting things and that. So when you look at it, I know, I'm not saying it don't go on in Premier League, because it probably does, but it's not putting the public eye like that one. And that's rubbing Belgium's nose in it when all said and done. Yeah. I've got the power to get into play. He's the president of America, not of UEFA. It's wrong. Yeah. And he goes and they all go for me, Dermo.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, look, guys, I want to sort of bring it into the Premier League and the Man City thing as well. And I think it's sort of in step with what we're talking about corruption and about FIFA. But if you look at the Premier League, guys, we all support Premier League clubs here. I'm Spurs, we've got Arsenal, we've got Leeds, we've got Liverpool, we've got Man United. We're all waiting for this answer from this independent panel. It was said the other day, I was watching Jim White and Simon Jordan, that they had a guest on there. It could go to the start of the next decade. So we might not get an answer until the start of 2030.
For what?
I mean, for the Man City thing.
No, that's nonsense.
We're not going to hear nothing, if I'm honest.
No, because they can appeal it. And if they are going to appeal it, then that would take years for it to be appealed. We will never, ever get a final answer for this for a long time. So for your point of view, if we are looking at FIFA being a corruptible organisation, what do the Premier League have to do for you to stop them getting tarred with the same brush? And everyone's got the same questions, so think about your answers. Think of it from your own club's perspective. So put your Arsenal or your Leeds or your Liverpool or United hat on if you know what I mean. For you as an Arsenal fan, Nick, and you've challenged Manchester United over the years, you've won Premier League titles, you are the current Premier League champions. From you as a fan, what do you want the Premier League to do? Because it's going to be very easily going down the same route as what happened in Italy. And it's already starting to look like that.
I think it's a bit different. I think the most important thing for the Premier League is transparency in its process and accountability. And I think every club that are taking part knows there's a set of rules that you've got to abide by. And if you take Chelsea, for instance, in athletics, gaining an advantage from a substance, even if it's not illegal, is against the sporting ethics and can be viewed as cheating. Mm-hmm. And I feel like just because something that Chelsea does hasn't been ruled out doesn't make them any less guilty just because you've sold your football, your women's team to yourself or hotels or anything like that. I would like a stronger hand. Any type of cheating, any type of circumnavigating the rules, you get punished, even if it's my club. If we are found of something, we're guilty. If it is serious enough that has landed you silverware, I'm not saying you award it to other clubs, but that gets taken off your record, because then if you are cheating for financial, if you're cheating for whatever reason, and all of that effort has awarded you, has got to the point of it's got you nowhere because they've been taken off your record, it's been all for nothing. And I think there's got to be that accountability and that iron rod sort of, backbone. Because if you do not have a stronger will than they have, then there is no integrity to the competition, and the integrity of the competition has got to be everything. So we have to work towards having the best refereeing pool in Europe. We've got a collection of some of the biggest clubs in Europe with some of the best players, the best coaches, and everything else, fan bases. And I think it's just got to continually be pushed. So if it's a case of, people are saying, if City get punished, the Premier, no, it'll be a case of the King is dead, long live the King. Somebody else will rise up in their place. And I don't fear losing any big team, because there are so many big teams. I think it has to be, if you've done something wrong, it gets investigated. The outcome of the investigation, I think they'll be limited in their appeals because of the way that it's taken them so long to write the opinion. And because it's taken them so long to write the opinion, says to me that they're going to be found guilty of wrongdoing. If you're innocent, it would be quite an easy response. Could you imagine being City and your name's been dragged through the mud all of these years? The verdict has reached 2 years ago, and it's taken 2 years to clear your name. That would be unforgivable. So there's obviously something there. And so I think if you're guilty, you get punished, and then everybody knows where their stands. That's where I feel.
Yeah. I mean, for the rest of you guys, what do you want to say from your own club's perspective, as a fan from your own club? And is the Premier League walking a tightrope with not getting lumped into what's happening with the World Cup, what's happening with FIFA? Do you also think that politics could get involved in this because of the Saudi, because of oil, because of what's brought into the UK as well, Stace? Could that be playing a major factor why this is taking so long?
I just don't understand why it's taking so long. Like Nick said, though, if they were innocent, it would have been squashed by now. They're just taking forever, and it's infuriating. Lower teams are getting done for lesser stuff in quicker time.
Yeah.
I know people say it's a different governing body. Yes, I get that. I'm just going on the time. Lower teams are getting points deductions and stuff a lot quicker than it's taken them to come out and say they're guilty of this. This is what's going to happen. What is going on? It's taken 2 years. And at Chelsea and Everton, they've just been done. They went over a few million over, or something along them lines. Why is it taking them less time to punish lower clubs than it is to take them?
No.
West Brom, they got done quick. I'm sure Jess will come up with other teams that have done.
Forest got done. Leicester got done.
Everton.
In the Championship. Everton.
I brought West Brom.
Sheffield Wednesday.
Bury.
Yeah.
With Leeds United have been done.
Because it's easier to punish a smaller club, Stacey, because they don't matter that much. Man City do because they're a top 6 side. It's wrong. Will they ever get done? Probably not.
I don't think
it's just cost effective to get rid of it. Yeah, they might as well just get away with it, because what at worst they're going to get. I just don't see all this narrative of they'll get relegated, because I just don't see it happening.
No. I don't see that happening.
When they say it, and I think, but it won't happen. They don't put the crap out there.
If it's not before the beginning of this next season, I worry about if there will be an outcome, because it makes sense. By the end of the World Cup and before the end, if they say 60 points, they're going to the season 60 points minus, then I could see something like that. If it doesn't happen before the start of the season, I lose all hope.
Yeah, I agree with Jeff. I don't see him relegating them. If they're found guilty, it's going to be a whopping fine and a point deduction. I say whopping fine.
I don't ever see them getting a point deduction. No. And whatever fine they get, let's face it, oil runs their club. So it doesn't really matter. So it defeats the object of even giving them a fine because they can pay it.
Any fine is peanuts.
Away with it. where that's why clubs end up going bust, because they pick on clubs like that. No matter to Man City.
I mean, you look at Rangers, right? And you look what happened up in Scotland. When Rangers got caught for doing bad, they got demoted down to the lower league. Am I right, Jess, that they did go bankrupt and it was a new team that come from it? Am I right on that?
Yeah, but Leeds have had it happen to them. We've had 15 points
exactly.
going into administration. I'm not saying it wasn't due to overspending, man, but they've punished them and they've pushed them further and further down, and that's why it took as long as it did to get Leeds back in Premier League first time round. It's because it took them 23 years to sort out what Ritsdale did, Dermo. Do you know what I'm saying?
We've only just got the club back. This previous ownership, we'll buy Ellen Road back for you. Nothing happened. We finally got Ellen Road back to the club because it was it rented out, Jess, or did the council buy it and we were renting it from the council?
We had the lease of the stadium, but council owned it. We leased it off the council.
Yeah. So that we've had Leeds United, we've had God knows what, we've had weird. I'll say weird, in just to keep it nice. Ownership. We've had some cuckoo owners, and I mean Chilinio, prime example. And we got the 15-point reduction, and it destroyed our club. We went down, and like Jess said, it took us 16 years to get back into the Premier League, and that's a long slog. 16 years. The last 3 seasons, dropped down. 2 seasons, we're back up again. That will not happen to City. They have too much money coming in. They say they get found guilty, they get a fine. This will be City. Here, throwing money.
Yeah, but then Newcastle go, great, a fine. Let's get on with it then, because we've got loads of money.
Exactly. Yeah, you're just laughing at that, like Jesse said, Saudi money, oil money.
I mean, a fine for them.
They've got away with it, basically. That's all it is. They've got away with it. We have to sit here and say they've got away with it.
Yeah.
Any other club, it would have not taken this long to get a conclusion of.
Do you know what gets me, Josh? Right here, it's so complex. It's this and that. Well, it's either black or it's white. It's either one way or the other. You look at Manchester United, right, and you're going through. I'm moving it to United a little bit, but they are your neighbours. How do people feel in Manchester about this? Because it is an embarrassment for Manchester football, for the brand of football in Manchester. You look at United, you've done it the right way. You didn't do it by cheating. You won all your league titles on the Fergie by playing good football. Okay, you pushed the limits to some of the games you won with Roy Keane doing what he did, but you always did it the right way. How do you feel as a Manchester fan what Man City have done? And you lost the league title to them as well. So does that anger you as a fan, as a Man United fan, to see what they're doing? What you achieved by doing it the right way, but what they've achieved basically by, I would say, in quotes, cheating, but we don't know if it's true or not. But does that anger you as a fan, as a Manchester fan, if you know what I mean? I hope I've got that right, but I knew in my head what I was trying to say, but I hope you got just what I was trying to get.
Yeah. For me, I feel I'm angry, but I don't have a feel about it anymore because of how it's been pushed under pushed under the door. I don't even know what the phrase is, but pushed under that. It should have gone quiet for ages. Like back then when it first started, and then it took the long. I think I was definitely angry. I know a lot of United fans were angry and stuff like that. It was all angry in there, but I'm still angry. But it's still like my anger's gone away because of how long it's taken. That I've sort of like forgot about it because it's been pushed. It's been pushed under and it's been not spoken about for a while because of how long the process has taken. So I'm still angry, but I feel less angry because of how long it's gone quiet and how long it's taken. Yeah.
So let me ask you all of this then, and it's a yes or no question. Would you be happy to see an independent panel come in and oversee how the Premier League is run? Nick, yay or nay? I know it's gone through Parliament, hasn't it? It has been voted into law, but
I'm going to say yes because I'm not. Any oversight is not a bad thing. So yes for me.
Stace?
Yes for me.
Jess?
Yes.
Would you be happy? Yeah, Josh?
Yes.
Do you know what? I'll probably have to agree with you guys. I can't see it's not a bad thing. I think having independent bodies looking into what organisations are doing, then fight it. FIFA needs that more than anyone. I need how corrupt and how vile they are as an organisation. Even
For me,
the way for coming out and calling them out, like it's
for me if it's independent and there's no allegiance to any team, it makes it better because it's not partial.
Yeah.
So it's just overseeing it, so it'll make it more fairer for me.
No, I agree. Guys, we're on to the last subject. Manchester United new stadium, and we are going to talk a little bit about stadiums as well, and us. I just want to quickly say one thing. Me and Jess have a debate coming out in the next few weeks about ownerships, and it's generally about ownerships. It's generally going to be about fans and protests and everything. Now, I said something the other night which I think was slightly, I didn't get it out correctly what I meant. So I just want to put it to bed now. Right, put it to bed now. Right, and get this out correctly.
Dig yourself a bigger hole, Derb. I want it to.
Yeah, I'm going to dig myself a bigger hole, but why not? Just there's writing it all down now. Right, Domo's bigger hole. Right.
I don't need to. I can remember them. It's all good.
Right.
Like when you can't remember what you said after the stream and you were only live 40 minutes before. Come on.
I can't remember what I said 5 minutes ago. So what hell's the
chance of I did, but I still remember what you said. I'm better.
I did write it. I did watch it back, and what I was trying to say was, I was trying to give Billy a big up because he'd done a lot of the protests himself, and he gets criticised a lot by a lot of the fan base. And I was just trying to give him a bit of a big up. Now, it came across that I was saying change for Tottenham are the reason that Tottenham are now spending the money. And it did come across like that. And for what I said, I was meaning slightly something else. So if it did come across that way, I did say it. And Jess was right to call me out on it. She was right.
I didn't call you out.
No,
when we watched that Barfest, Colombia, I just wanted to know your genuine feelings on change for Tottenham. It wasn't me digging you out. I genuinely thought when you delivered that, I wanted to know how you could base that. That's what I wanted to know. I just wanted to debate because when you said it, like, that protest group hasn't changed Enix's way of thinking.
No, it hasn't.
Itself because they've had 2 shit seasons. One calling you out, how you delivered it, it was like you were saying, that has pushed it for them to move. And I just wanted not a debate, just asking where you're reasoning more. I didn't dig it out, man.
No, I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to come out. I'm getting sick. I'm going to shut up now. I'm digging a grave.
I would.
You normally go 6 foot under. I'm now dug at the 12 foot. So
you're now in China. You're now in China.
Yeah, I am.
That's just a bit of difference of opinion. But isn't that what football's all about? The difference is, Demo, me and you had an adult conversation about football where you don't scream and shout at everybody. No, I mean, included the chat, who were all respectful, who had their own feelings on it. And whether me and Dermot agreed with what they said in chat, it never got out of hand. You can't have that on many channels because they don't scream at one another.
And I just sat back and listened because I didn't have no.
You're a bit too polished for my liking, and I wish I'd never asked you now. I can't even lie. It's because that game was boring.
I heard. She has said it though, Dermo. She has said it though.
Listen, you listen to me, Miss down the bottom, Miss Leeds and Liverpool. You can ask me what you like. I don't mind. I enjoyed it. And that was the point.
We've made a show out of it anyway. So for you saying that, that's created a really good topic of conversation to have. But we weren't just talking about Spurs, but we're talking in generalisation of football regarding Scotland, Italy, South America. That's what we got onto, didn't it? So it leads on to
broadened. I just want to say it was something I really enjoyed. And I think it was really good. And do you know what? And I wish more channels were like yours and ours and Nick's as well, where we can all come together and have a debate, but do it properly. And that is what. So there is one coming out. me and Jess are going to do it. We're going to talk generally about. It's not going to be about Tottenham or Liverpool League. It's going to be about football and protests and do they really work? And I think, yeah. And can I just say, and I really enjoyed it. And you're right to talk about it. You did nothing wrong. And I don't want you here saying it again. You were right. So
the thing is, right, if I wasn't interested, I wouldn't have asked you, because I wouldn't have just asked you if I didn't know what we're talking about. I have
exactly.
I have watched Spurs for the last 2 years, and I just wanted to give you my point of view from an outside. Where I love Tottenham, but it's not my club, and because what I've seen with it over the last 2 years, I just was interested. That were all. It wasn't to call you out. It was just to have a topic of conversation, because I wanted to know you.
I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
It led on to something else that we can go into.
Yeah,
which will get everybody involved. And it interesting.
I know that. Listen, Man United, guys, we are gonna look. He's starting to go. Look, he's starting to sink. He is. He's going. He's going.
Big up to Darlow. George, big up to Darlow, mate, in goal for
Darlow's got to Man United, guys.
But he signed a 2-year deal at Leeds. So do you have a right?
Yeah.
Have fun with Darlow.
How many Leeds channels put it out there? Every one of them. Just saying.
It's official. Darlow is going.
Can't wait.
2-year deal. And he's better than Bain and Deer. So at least they've picked up somebody decent. So it does worry you for Leeds, because if we're going with Perry in next season, you might as well call us relegated.
Yeah.
He's not going to play, but it's a decent backup to have. So
he will play like FA Cup and Carabao Cup games.
Yeah, not much then. Not much. So.
But what did you offer him at your club? And he was only on 15 grand at Leeds. So whatever he's got at your club, it'll be still a hell of a lot more than he would on at Leeds, whether he's playing or not. Some people don't care.
It's the bet shop.
And his first choice for Wales anyway, so it's irrelevant really. So it's a good move for him, for his career, isn't it? It's a good move. Is it sloppy on Leeds? Very much so.
Right, Josh, this is your neck of the woods. We're going to talk a little bit about Manchester United. Do you want to explain to people what this picture is first, so they get a sort of understanding of where we're going with this?
It's the opening shot of EastEnders, ain't it?
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah,
that's what I thought.
It is.
Why have I EastEnders on? You ain't my mother. Get out of my mouth. Sorry, Norma.
How far is that away from Man United? New stadium.
It's like 11-minute walk, I think.
So on this map, can you see where the stadium is? Oh, it's there.
So Old Trafford is that. I think Old Trafford's the square bit. I think that's. I don't know where. It's difficult to see. I haven't really seen it.
Let me see it. I might have.
Well, that's great. Is that Old Trafford already?
Oh, there we go.
That's where the new stadium's going. So that big.
So it's that section there.
Yeah.
So what are they doing? They're knocking. So how far this new stadium? So what they're doing with Old Trafford then?
I think for me, what I've heard recently, not recently, but when they first were talking about potentially building a new stadium, was that they were going to keep it. This was like a year ago, it must have been. They were thinking about keeping Old Trafford, but descaling it and use it for the women's teams and academy teams to play in, or just as a historical venue or something like that, something around that.
So there's no plans to actually demolish the stadium.
Not that I've heard. I haven't heard much on it, but I believe if they would have had plans to knock it down, they would announce something, which I haven't seen. So from what I've heard most recently, they're gonna probably keep it and descale it and use it for the youth teams and women's teams, because the youth teams and women's teams, the women's team plays in League, which isn't even in Manchester, which is in Sale, and then some of the academy teams play there, or some of the academy teams play in Carrington or Altrincham, which isn't even in Manchester. So I think they're going to use it for academy and youth teams, but descale it.
Have they actually given a reason why they've decided to move rather than redevelop the stadium?
Because I think it's a money thing.
I think probably it's a money thing and having a shiny new stadium, probably, but I haven't heard anything or read much into it.
It just seems like, for me, a waste of money. Moving the whole stadium completely.
Yeah,
when
but they're also doing a lot of this stuff around it, aren't they? They brought the land. So a lot of those buildings you see there, they're building.
Yeah, so they've got around the stadium, with the stadium, they're looking at doing environment plans, so building houses, buildings, stuff around that to build the area around the stadium, as well as the stadium, yeah. Looking to develop the area around
Leeds United have done that. They're expanding the stadium and developing the ground around it without actually moving the stadium. It wouldn't happen because there'd be a massive uproar. So I just don't understand why they couldn't just redevelop the stadium they currently got.
Because I think the cost, in their minds, you've got to remember, these are people when they don't use their own money when it comes to all of this.
No, it's government backed.
Yeah, government backed. I don't think the taxpayers were apparently that was a no. And I wouldn't be happy for the taxpayers putting money into Manchester United's stadium. No. And so I feel like it's kind of that it'll be they're talking upwards of 2 billion. So whatever the cost was to redo Old Trafford as it currently is, there's a point when they look at it and go, well, if we can do the entire complex around it and the stadium's going to be 100,000 seater, and we sell off lots and lots of property and lots of land gradually, and we bring income that way, it kind of brings it down to it will eventually come down to what the cost of Old Trafford regeneration would be. So it's kind of, well, we might as well go with a new stadium. Plus, they can offset a load of the debt. I mean, they're 1.5 billion, 1.4 billion in debt. Still, yeah. This is going to be another 2. I mean, it's horrendous stuff, really. But they will see it. Someone is going to get rich. And maybe what it could be, Stace, in my mind, is if they go through this entire project and they're able to sell the club in 10 years' time for a lot more money than it's currently worth now because of this project, like Abramovich, the debt will go to the new owner and they all get paid up and they make an absolute killing, and it's the new person's problem.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot like that. But hey,
just back on the Leeds United thing. Is the owner's footing our redevelopment, Jess, or is that taxpaid as well?
I'm not sure. To be honest.
That's what I'm thinking, because I don't think I've heard it.
Council with them. There'll be so much funding for them, and then maybe I haven't heard upstairs, to be fair, so I wouldn't want to.
That's looking something.
Just to give people, the plans need to be approved by Trafford County Council, which is set to take place on July 20th. If they do, there will be an 8-week consultation period from July 28 to September 22, with events across the area for people to view a master plan and share the views. Apparently, also, this new project at Old Trafford will make better infrastructure into transport. It will be an it'll be an all-purpose stadium. We were the first team to do that in the Premier League, so everyone's following us now. So look, I don't like it because they're going to get rid of Old Trafford. I am very much a purist when it comes to football stadiums. I think they should keep them, redevelop what you got. Daniel says here, the guy who created the stadium for Manchester United created the estate Bean Hill that my mum lives in. Wow, that is a small world. I mean, Josh, you're a United fan, so look, I want to know what the guys think of the other clubs. Jess and Stacey, from a Leeds point of view, you look at Ellen Road and also just Liverpool, Anfield as well. You look at Ellen Road, you are sort of redeveloping Ellen Road, aren't you, as well?
Same people Liverpool, same designer.
And then, are you doing anything at Anfield, Jess, or is that being is there anything in the pipeline for you guys? Sort of redeveloping?
Not to buy certain houses, I believe. I know they are going to be doing, I think it's when me and Stace was at the Kenny Dalglish side. But that's next to the redevelopment at Hull. But that's looking at 29, 30. But they want it to be about, I think Liverpool wants 69,000 there. And to be fair, they've done it in a nice way because it is really nice how it's done and it does look nice.
Pleasing.
Yeah, I've been in and It's all right, to be fair.
I can do it now, so I'm
you know what? It doesn't matter what stadium you're signing it. It's the atmosphere.
It's atmosphere.
Yeah,
and when
yeah,
you come,
like
I don't really like so much, but if you look at like Upton Park with West Ham, the Arsenal Stadium, that on your stadium, White Hart Lane, I don't think that kind of atmosphere replicates in your new stadiums.
No.
I think it takes it away, that little bit of nostalgia away from it.
Yeah,
but I know we have to move and have better things, but I'm glad Liverpool and Leeds have both redeveloped their grounds.
A good couple of years ago, I'm going 20, maybe 30 years ago, maybe a little bit less than that, there was talks to move Ellen Road, and it caused a huge uproar. And I mean, where I'm living now was not developed, it was just Greenland. They was actually planning to move Ellen Road up to where I'm living now, and it caused this before the internet. It caused the papers were going mental. The fans were just saying, "No, you're not moving it. It stays where it is."
I look, for you, I get that because it's your spiritual home. You do not want to move your home from where it's been.
We're one club city, really, aren't we, Destin? To be honest, we're one club city.
Yeah.
Whereas London's got quite a few. Not making
we've got a few dotted around, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas we've got one club, one city, and I think that's part of the reason why we didn't want it moving, because it is more or less central. You know, it's easy to get through from city centre at the start of the match. Afterwards, not so much. And I think uprooting it to where we were now would have made it a lot more difficult to get to. So
I agree. Look, me and Nick are the only ones who have built new stadiums. We've moved from my previous grounds to there. Nick, Highbury to the new stadium, what was it? 10-minute walk, was it?
Not even that, 5.
Yeah, 5. I mean, we built on top of White Hart Lane. And Josh, you're going to get this when it does get built. It doesn't feel like home to me, Tottenham's ground. Never, it doesn't. And I miss White Hart Lane desperately, but it's not home for me. The atmosphere is not the same. There is something special about under the lights at Tottenham, where you are on top of the ground, you're on top of the gate, on top of the players. It was an old type stadium. There was something special about it. And it was the same at Highbury as well, wasn't it, Nick? There was something special. And I don't think the Emirates Tottenham Hotspur Stadium have recreated that that we had.
I would say, I do hear, so Highbury is always going to be our spiritual home, right? And just even from with a North Bank, Highbury, and then they used to all start singing on the different bits, you know, just that sort of. And then the Emirates, I feel like what's gone on the last couple of years, it's now our home. It's made, you know, the atmosphere, things have changed, special things are happening.
How long has that taken you?
Oh, it has taken a time. It has. And I mean, we're about to go into an overhaul where we're going to try to add between 12 and 20,000 to the stadium, but it's going to be a major technological overhaul. So we've got a massive redevelopment that we're going to be doing in the next 5 years, maybe. Depends.
We're bringing in solar panels. No, seriously, we are. We're actually bringing in solar panels. Apparently, Tottenham want to become the first club to become eco-friendly by 2032.
Why wasn't that designed into? If you think about where we are and all the rest of it, it's kind of weird that they're not. I mean, that's one of the things when you're looking at this American stadia, because they've got such wonderful weather there all year round. There's no roofs. They're massive. They're open to the elements.
Some have roofs.
Some of them do, but you know, a lot of them, and you're like, wow. For all the rest of us, and we've got floodlights to run and cost and all the rest of it, why haven't they got a load of solar panels? You know what I mean? It's like weird. But yeah.
If you look, Josh, we'll end it with you, bud. Will you go to the new stadium? Or will you be out there protesting with the Man United fans to stay at Old Trafford? Where are you going on it?
It's quite difficult because I don't go to many games, and I've never been to a protest, so it's quite a difficult question to.
But will you be angry if they did move? Because it's the only home you've known, isn't it? To be
fair. I would be, and it would be. It would definitely take a couple of years to get used to the move and stuff like that. So I would be angry because it's the stadium that I've known. I've ever known.
What's your view, Josh, on the design of the new stadium?
I think it's embarrassing. Making us look like a circus.
On the latest design, they haven't included that.
That's the thing. When I first saw that first design, it reminded me of a circus.
Yeah.
No, I said this to Josh. I'm sorry, Josh, but it looks like a circus with nipples. It's weird. And he goes, "It's supposed to be the trident." Did he say?
Is that what it's supposed to be?
The thing is, I've never said that. You keep going on. I've never said it's supposed to look like trident. I don't even know what it's supposed to be like. I've never said that.
It's supposed to look like trident.
I heard him say that as well.
I've never said that.
It's just for me. It's a poor design.
Yeah.
What were they smoking when they designed that?
I think they've done away with that on the second element. If you ever look at that slide, the second one that Durham brought up, they hadn't included. So there was the stadium underneath it, and those three pylons, for the lack of the better word, it was like pylons and netting that came down over it. And so they've done away with the overlay, it looked like, between this one. And they're quoted as saying there is still nothing is set in stone. That's what they're saying. Nothing's set in stone.
Go for that design and they're stupid. It does not look nice. It's not aesthetic. For me, myself, it's not aesthetically pleasing.
No.
It's not something I go, oh, that's nice. No.
And the way it was open and all the rest of it, it was more reminiscent of American Stadia.
Yeah.
Well, hence with the Glazers being linked with NFL. Don't be surprised if NFL's bought in at Old Trafford as well, by the way. Don't be surprised if
they
already
own a team, so
yeah.
They already own the NFL team. Tampa Bay.
Don't be surprised if that happens. Well, guys, we're going to leave it there. I know the girls have got a stream coming up soon. Hopefully I can join them if they allow me. I'm not banned from that.
I'm not banned for that one.
You are always welcome,
but look, I do want to get this before we finish. This podcast is a joint venture between the five of us. This is a 5-person podcast. And it's as much as it's mine, it's Nick's, it's Stacey, it's Jess's, it's Josh. And it's the best podcast on YouTube. And I'm working with the best people on YouTube. So, guys, can you please give your channels a plug? I'd plug yours, Jess, because you don't like plugging your channel. So I'll give you a massive plug. But Nick, I know people can find you on here, you know, and you will be on during the season. But give the Football Takeover a big plug, can you?
Yeah, I'm. Well, it's not my channel. I guest on that channel. I help them out too. So I'm on Saturday, health permitting, on the Football Takeover transfer show, and there's one on there tomorrow at 6:45 where Bobby, who is a man that in the know, will be discussing football transfers for the entire Premier League. So definitely make your way over there. He's extremely reliable. I think it's who Dermot uses for a lot of his information too.
That
they are
somebody else,
yeah, and they're a good bunch of guys. So yeah.
Stace, do you want to give your channel a plug?
Nope.
Well, do you want to give your Twitch
we
channel
have this
a plug?
Every podcast. Me and Jeff refuse.
Yeah, well, plug your. I tell you what, plug your Twitch channel.
Nope.
Oh no. All right, fine. I give up now.
Do this every week, Jess. Will they eventually give up?
Probably not.
You need to learn, them. You need to learn.
Yeah, I do.
Josh, you need to put your OnlyFans on here.
Yeah.
I don't even do OnlyFans. Screw that.
Right. Okay, plug that then. Plug is.
I do not do OnlyFans. Leave me alone.
That's not what I've heard.
I didn't say went.
No, not you. You can naff off you. Don't you start.
I love it.
As Jess would say, they want thrilling, not killing.
Yeah.
So you're not associated to Hot to Trot 2000.
No. I do not do OnlyFans.
Isn't that not you, Nick? Is that not your one?
No. I'm hot to trot 2001.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. So it's yours, Josh. But anyway, Josh, plug your TikTok here.
Thank you, Daniel.
This is my TikTok that I set up. I also
Hot to Trot 1999.
no. I also
We're
have
ready to mingle.
I also have it on Instagram. It's a TikTok account that I set up mainly to update other Magic Basketball fans, but if anyone wants to follow along, then I just started, so I've been posting signings and stuff like that, and then signings come eventually in the next couple of months, and then when season starts, I'm planning to do pre-match talks and post-match thoughts and stuff like that. So it's just a brief project. It might turn into a YouTube channel eventually, but I thought I may as well start off on it. I started on the Instagram eventually, which is the same name, same handle, and then I branched out to TikTok. So I've been doing it for like a week now. So
quality. Good luck.
Yeah, do follow. He's a great lad. He knows his stuff. He knows his football as well. Very knowledgeable young lad. A really nice young man as well.
And another thing, can I plug something else as well? James's channel. Bites with James.
Oh yeah,
James's channel.
Bites
with food.
Bites with James, I think it's called. I know he's changed it. Or something else, I can't remember.
James' food and snack reviews.
That's it. I can't keep up with him changing it. So
please check James' channel.
Yeah.
He's a good
Yeah. Can you put the link in for
us
us as well, Josh? Put the link in for us if you yeah. Do you know, I prefer
if
Bites.
it lets me.
That's a bit more.
I still call him Bites. James.
Everyone calls him Bites, to be fair.
If somebody is watching and you're wondering what Bites is about, it's a food challenge. It's a food channel. So get them thoughts out of your head. Thank you. He's a good lad as well. Knows his shit as well. There he is. He does really good videos about reviewing drinks, burgers, pizzas.
I thought you were saying bikes. I'm like, okay.
No, Bites.
You thought it was like a day.
James.
Bites with James. I get you. Oh, cool. Right. Now I thought you was all talking about bikes. I was like, okay. More of a rollerblade.
That's why he changed it, obviously, to what he's changed it to now, because people are looking for bikes. So
it's
James.
What's it? I think it's food and snack reviews with James.
So do get over there. Do follow James over there. Let's get to 100 before the end of the World Cup, and also do follow Josh as well. And let's get him to 100 before the end of the World Cup as well. I want to thank my usual partners on this. I want to thank Nick for coming on. I hope you feel better soon, bud. Thank you to Jess. Pardon?
It's the Lemsip. The Lemsip's here. I just feel clammy and but yeah. Thanks be to the Lemsip.
Yeah, no, you just feel like the FIFA president before the World Cup finishes. That's how he's finished. That's how he's feeling at the moment. I want to thank Stas and Chase for coming on to keeping me sane and keeping me normal, keeping me in check, which is what I like. Big up to Josh as well and his cat.
He was attacking a fly on the window. I think he ate the fly.
Did he? There you go. Yeah. Breaking news. Josh's cat eats fly. We can end on that bombshell. That is a bombshell to end all bombshells. Josh's cat eats fly. On that, we will see you next week, same time, same place, where Jess will come with her knowledge, Nick will come with the Lemsips.
Stay here.
Stacey will come with a baseball bat and a Leeds
Rum Raider.
Rum Raider, that's it. I'm going to go buy baseball. I'll guess I've got Rum Raider on it.
Josh will turn up, him and his cat, and me. Well, they just bite me on because I think they just feel sorry for me.
If you don't know, my cat is vicious.
Yeah.
Let him go, Josh, before he scratches you.
Nah, I'm good. I've been scratched by him so many times. I'm good. I can handle it.
I'm now never going to look in a cat and say, look, he's gone. He's gone.
I had to let him go.
You had to see, Josh has ended the show. See you next week. Enjoy the podcast. Bye.